every week, so y'all got my mistake. I'm here with my homegirl, man. SoSo.
SoSo.
I've been co-hosted on SoSo show for a while now. Don't go watch it. Y'all will hate me. I've been co-hosting on SoSo show for a couple weeks now. She officially made me her co-host.
I officially made you my co-host.
She did officially. Let me come down a little bit.
There you go.
This, yeah. No, that's
I said there you go because I towered over you.
But yeah, man, she's officially my or I'm officially her co-host. And yeah, let me get all my stuff out the way. So all of my stuff. So what do we have here, man? We have Heritage Real Estate. Hey man, if you're looking for a home and not just a house, contact my homegirl Benika Henderson at Heritage Real Estate, man. We have this space because of Heritage Real Estate. If you're looking for just a house, if you're looking for Airbnbs, if you're looking for investment properties, anything that you want as far as real estate, man, Benika Henderson can hook you up. You can find Heritage Real Estate on all major social media platforms: Instagram, Heritage Real Estate; Facebook, Heritage Real Estate. I think they on TikTok too. She's everywhere. Y'all go check her out, man. Also, my guys, Shop Talk 7, man. Y'all check out Shop Talk 7 streaming every day on My Radio Chicago. Yo, go download the app, SDR, Support District Radio. Go download that app, man, and you can listen to them every day at 7 p.m., man. If y'all want to see some dope talent, you want to see dope people, period. I'm on there on Tuesdays.
Are you?
Yeah. Maybe not every Tuesday, but I got to be invited. But you know, I should be on there every Tuesday. But man, look, if y'all want to, y'all go check out Shop Talk, man. Support District Radio. If you don't do the radio thing, go look them up on Facebook. They stream live to YouTube every day at 7 p.m. Now, SoSo, how you doing?
I am good. I'm good. You know, I don't have my red lip, but
I'm so even without the red lips, I'm happy to have you here. You are a talented individual.
Thank you.
Yeah. What? Oh, look, we didn't even put the description on here because all we had was L Boogie's description.
My name is not L Boogie.
Right.
My middle name do start with an L. I don't call myself L Boogie.
SoSo is an author, screenplay writer. You direct we'll get into all of that, but you're an author, screenplay writer. Oh, you got to hit me again.
Film
director,
educator,
and everything else. It's like everything else. Everything else. If you can think of it, that's what she is. Straight up.
I like to try to
right. Let's start. Where do we start at? Let's start about can we talk about the movie?
We can talk about the movie.
Let's talk about the movie first. So you are directing. You wrote the movie?
I wrote both movies. I wrote so the horror movie is a short, and it came about with me and one of my actors from a feature. We bounced ideas off a horror movie.
Okay.
And so I went.
Go ahead.
I went home and I wrote it, and so he's like a co-writer on it because he kind of helped create it.
Okay.
So, but like I'm like the full writer on it, but I put him as a writer also because he helped with ideas.
How does that work with a co-writer? Like you pass it off to him, or?
Well, what happened is he would write some and I write some or whatever, or he'll tell me like what to write in it or whatever. But how this worked was basically I kind of just used ideas that he gave me, and I came up with the whole movie. So we were driving down this road going to my place. It's the Forest Reserve, it's a dark road, scary. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about like a deer. He's like, oh, what if you mess up, we get a deer? Yeah. And then we just started I'm like, this would be a dope road to film a horror film. Yeah. And I'm like, and so we just started yeah, we'll do this, do that. And I'm like, yeah, I was like, because it's not that many Black horror film writers. Yeah. Not that many Black real horror films besides like Jordan Peele. He has like suspense. Right. But it's not like horror. It's no creatures.
Because our culturally, our parents be like, get off that devil mess.
Right, we don't have that evil type mind where We can do these horror, like scary creature like films.
Right.
So I'm like, let me be one of the few to write one that's not just suspense. It's like it's not suspense. It's more of horror. You know, like it's creatures.
Right.
And so
really?
Yeah.
Word?
Yeah. So we just shot it. We shot it in. It was a 3-day shoot.
Okay.
And now
the whole movie.
The whole movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just a short.
Oh, okay. How long is a short?
A short can be 5 minutes.
Okay.
But mine is probably gonna be about 25. I'm trying to actually stretch it to like 50 minutes.
Okay.
Because I'm adding like some things that like I probably wasn't gonna add, and then some stock photos and stuff or whatever. I'm telling too much stuff. So but I'm gonna try to stretch it to like 50. So because Tubi, they take shorts for 50 minutes.
Okay.
And Amazon Prime, it was gonna go on there, but they're not taking any more shorts.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So,
really?
Yeah.
Okay, so how does what I want to know is how does writing a movie work? Like, do you have to write the story and then write the script, or are you writing the script at the same time you write the story? How does that work?
My mind is weird.
Mm-hmm.
So you give me an idea and I write.
Okay.
So like I'm so like creative, and if it's something that I can relate to,
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird because I don't watch scary movies. I'm afraid. I was scared writing my movie. I was scared doing flyers for my
You
movie.
were scared while you were writing?
I scared myself. I write because I write in the dark, like, and I edit in the dark. Like so I was scaring myself.
How do you write in the dark?
Well, it's like I have like a small light.
Oh, okay.
But like my house is dark. Like even when I edit, I keep it dark. It's just like I don't know, it's weird. And so so I just write. It's weird. We thought of the ideas. I went home that night and I literally just started writing. I had the character names already in my head.
Okay.
I had already what it was gonna do, how it's gonna happen, and so some people gotta like write it out. Like I know a lot of people come to me and they like, I just really want to write. I got ideas in my head.
Yeah.
I want to write movies. I'm like, they's like, but I don't know how to, do it. I'm like, well, whatever idea comes to your head, jot it down. Or if you're not by paper, like say it on record it.
Okay.
So then when you get by paper, just jot everything down, jumbled up or whatever, and then you piece it together like a puzzle to make it a movie.
Okay.
So that's easier for people who just can't write off the top of their head in order.
Okay.
I write in order off the top of my head.
You write in order. So the script, the scene, all
everything's
that.
in order.
Wow, yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You don't get lost in that?
I don't.
Really?
I don't.
So you basically writing everything that's going on. I guess
scene for scene.
Scene for scene, but I guess if you're writing a book, technically you would do the same thing, except you wouldn't write about the scene as in depth as you would a movie. You have to write about the scene in depth, right? Or do you kind of create it as you go?
The scene, well, the narrative kind of tells you what, when you write the narrative in your movie scene, and it's kind of like telling you what's going on in the movie, or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of like in depth, sort of for the actors, and if I wasn't directing my own movie, that they'll know like what's happening and how they supposed to be acting or what they supposed to be doing, like the blocking.
Okay.
So yeah, that's more in depth. With the book, so sometimes in a book you can just write and then you make your chapters.
Yeah.
As you go.
Yeah.
So you can jumble write also.
Right.
But with me, like I said, I'm different. It's crazy because I was just sitting on my couch one day bored and I was like, oh, I just want to write a book. And so I just started writing my book. And so that's how it happened.
What do you write it on? Because I know like whenever you watch movies and they show writers, they always have like the old school typewriter where they like
so my book, I just wrote it on Microsoft Word.
Okay.
And so I just started writing on Word. My script, there's a software that I use to help you write a script. Some people started on Microsoft Word, then it's like double writing if you do it that way.
Right.
I don't do it.
Because you got to write the scenes.
Yeah.
The whole. What do you call it? What did you call it? The block or what did you?
The narrative.
The narrative. Okay.
Yeah. So you have to do. Yeah. So it's a lot. You have to do the scene heading, and then you do the narrative, and you got to do the dialogue. You got to write the characters in there. You got to write the actions, parentheses.
Right.
So it's a lot that you write. So it's like double writing.
Okay. I'm sorry. What is Dennis wants to know the name. What's the name of the movie?
The movie.
The short. Yeah.
My short is well, no, that's my book. Jeez, I got so much. Okay. The short is called Don't Look Back.
Okay.
So
don't look back.
Yeah. So
don't
it's called. It'll be out this month, prayerfully. And I'm in post right now. I'm doing all my editing, the scoring, everything myself.
Really?
So I have
scoring.
Scoring is basically what you hear in the scenes, like footsteps added or like creepy noises or yeah. So anything like you hear in the scene, like music bed playing underneath the scene.
So when do you write all of that?
No, you don't write that. You add that in your editing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so you add that in your editing. So
Okay.
the music, most of the music is written and then produced by my friend Sheena Newsom.
Okay.
So he did most of the music. I do have a couple other people music that's going to be in there, like my nephew Malik.
Okay.
One of his songs, Dirty Low and XR. One of their songs is going to be in there. They're actually in the movie.
Okay, yeah.
So the people that's in
XR is a dope artist.
That's my baby, man.
Is a dope artist.
He's in my feature too. So the people that's in this short is also in my feature, in my Joey and Jordy Hip Hop Love Story.
Okay.
So,
Jonathan Hood, Jonathan Hood back.
What's up, Jonathan?
Look, man, I love Jonathan Hood, man.
Jonathan, you got a big fan right there.
Man,
I just
check
want to let
me
you know
out,
that.
Jonathan Hood. Man, I used to listen to you way back in the day. I hardly listen to radio anymore, but I still see you, and I think I stood outside of ESPN radio and waved at you one day. You ain't waved at me.
I'm gonna have to have you meet Jay.
All right, y'all. We playing with two cameras. She going live from her Facebook. What's your Facebook, by the way?
My Facebook is SoSo.
SoSo. That's easy.
SOS.
But yeah, man, y'all check her out on Facebook. But so, how did you go to school for this? For writing movies or for writing? Let me backtrack because I wanted to ask you, how long did it take you to write your book, and then we're going to talk about your book a little bit later.
My book took me maybe 3 weeks.
So what do you do when you don't have your computer on? You just jot things down, or like how does that?
I keep my laptop on.
Really? Yeah.
I travel with my laptop.
Yeah, I do too. I keep my laptop on me too. So I totally understand that. Okay, now we could go back. What kind of training do you need to do a movie? Like what? I don't know too many people that just like, yeah, I want to write a movie. You know, I want to.
It was weird because like a movie was never my dream. Podcast. None of this world, right? I'm in now.
The media stuff.
Media was never a dream. My passion was beauty.
Okay.
And so I went to Illinois Media to go figure out how to make a commercial for my spa. I had a spa out in Naperville. And so my teacher, Dustin Rose, he was my radio teacher. He was like, so you have a nice voice. You need to go do talk radio. You know, get a show on Evolution Pop. It's a station they have in the school. And he's like, talk about your beauty, you know? And I'm like, ew, no, I hate my voice. I like a 20.
Right.
You know, I hated my voice.
Yeah.
And so he's like, no, so he kept pushing me. He's like, he's like, go do your promo, your promo and send it to Candy, who's our program director at school. And so I'm like, no. So every week he would ask me, so I'm giving you one more. This is your last week. You need to turn that into her.
Yeah.
And so I was like forced to. Like I had no choice.
Oh, he made it like an assignment.
No, he just.
He just
pushed me. And so now, and I'm so happy he did though, because I sent it to her. She gave me feedback. She was like, okay, you got a show.
Right.
You know, and so my first day of the show, I was so nervous. So my friend Space, what's up, Space? He's Jason Thomas on Facebook. His name is Space. He sat in there with me to like kind of help me. And then he always caught me because when I used to talk, I always said I was like Obama. Yeah. I had the And he's like, stop saying so much. So
I never noticed Obama did that.
Oh, you never heard Obama either?
I mean, I've heard him speak, but I guess I just never noticed it. It's always so interesting to me. I never caught it.
Yeah, he says a lot. And so Space will always catch my And even when he started listening to me, like when he wasn't in the studio with me, he'll text me like, stop saying
Okay.
So it's helped me because I don't really say anymore. And so I had a show.
You just did it.
I really just did it. That is crazy. Oh my God.
He said, well, Smooth's so stupid.
What did he say?
He said, why are you showing up your thought? And bro, why are you calling during the show? We don't have show call-ins. What are you doing? We don't do this. Hello?
Did he butt down you?
He must.
I'm calling you. I'm calling you, bro. Look, I'm calling you. I'm calling you because the caption on there say, "I'm here with the world famous L Boogie."
Look, we already addressed that. We already addressed that.
I know he's providing false advertising.
Yeah, right. We already addressed that. Now get off, man. Let me do my show. What the heck? I know. It's on YouTube, Facebook, and everywhere. Can I do my podcast? Hello?
Hang up.
Bro.
Look at the caption on that, bro.
Yeah, I did. I saw it.
Beginning.
Yes, I addressed it in the beginning of the show. He watching preaching tapes, his kids in the background. All right, man. Man, my show ain't supposed to be ghetto like this. All right, man.
He could have texted that.
Started laughing. Where we even at, man? Where we at? I'm gonna need some more M&Ms.
Oh, we were talking about me getting started in the
yes, thank you.
Yeah, so thanks, Smooch.
Thank you, Smooch.
so anyway, so I did my show. It was called Let's Talk Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
And so in beauty, people just put beauty in a box, like where they just think it's like makeup, hair, nails. And I would go deeper more into like the health, and fitness and stuff. And so somebody told me like, oh, your show's will be about beauty, but you're talking about like MS and mental illness and all this stuff. I'm like, that's part of beauty. It's within. So then I went to my program director. I said, I don't want to be called Let's Talk Beauty no more because it's putting me in a box. So we started thinking about titles. And so then someone came up with Real Talk with SoSo. Mm-hmm. So then we did that. And then I was bored talking to myself all the time. So I got a co-host, which was Fats. And we created Unfiltered.
Okay.
So then, in the process of doing that, an assignment we had for my film class was we had to do a 5-minute short film.
Okay.
So that's how I got into loving film because it was like as soon as he gave. So if you, like I said, you give me an idea, I just automatically just. So I had 2 movies already in my head when he gave me the assignment.
Okay.
But one of them was like an action movie. I'm like, that'd be too much.
So what? I mean, so you went there to film your own promo, and now you talking movies. How long did it take you to get there?
What to the what?
Yeah, I mean, like to the thought of even because that's an overwhelming thought to me. To
it was an assignment we had to do, so I had to do it.
You had to do it.
I had to do a 5-minute short film. Everybody in the class had to do it.
That's 5 minutes,
right?
Like,
So I took that short film. And I brought it, that 5-minute film, and I brought it when I graduated. I reached out to the people that was in, and I was like, I want to actually make it something, because everybody loved it when I filmed it in school. The editing was horrible.
Really?
I didn't know how to edit. I had COVID trying to edit this movie.
Serious?
Yes, I edited the movie COVID. It was definitely with Tubi. And so I took it out and I was like, hey, I want to take this short film and I want to make it a little longer and I want to take it out of the school and do something with it. Okay. So everybody was down with it. And so we started shooting the short. And then we went to the school to try to find me and my friend Richie. We went to the school to try to find people to help with the production and actors. Okay. And so my teacher, John Wesley Norton, shouts out to him. He's making a feature. Okay. And in my head, I labeled myself a short film writer. Okay. I was intimidated when I thought about movie, a feature. Yeah, feature. Okay. Because I had a feature in my head that I was watching for a year and a half that I was so scared to write because I didn't think I could write features. So he was like, "What's the difference? I mean, of course, it's longer." Yeah, that's the thing. You had to add more to it. Okay. And so, and I had it in the movie I was watching in my head. I had the bread, the top bread and in bread, and maybe the cheese and the mayonnaise, but I didn't have the tomato and the meat. Okay. So it was no meat. No meat. I probably had one slice of meat or something. So I'm it's a lot missing. So I didn't think I could write a feature. Yeah. And so he was making a feature. He was I need 65 pages. I'm like, John, I got 30 pages. He's like, actually, I need 80 pages. I'm like, John, I got 30 pages. He's like, I really need 95 pages. Wow. I said, John, I got 30 pages. Right. He's like, I'll be okay with 86 pages. I said, John, I got 30 pages. I got 30. So you did. Where do I add that? Right. So he's making a feature, and he's a distributor for Amazon Prime. He's on Amazon Prime. And I'm like, what? That. So I'm working overnights at the hospital, and I'm like, how am I going to make this? I have 4 actors in my movie. how am I gonna make
no extras?
It was like, how am I gonna make this a feature with just 4 actors?
Yeah.
So here I am now, adding actors, adding like characters.
Yeah, yeah.
So now in my head, I'm like, okay, now I gotta give this character more speaking lines. So now I'm thinking about the actor, like, need speaking lines, give them some speaking lines.
Yeah.
So I go from having a 30-page movie to 109 pages. I have 27 scenes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
So your short can actually be.
It is a feature. My short now is this. That's my feature, not my horror film. My horror film is just.
This is the action.
This is
the action.
No, this is the hip hop love story.
Okay.
So it's called Joey and Jordy Hip Hop Love Story.
Okay.
Which I wanted to just make it completely Chicago based, and I wanted all Chicago artists music in it.
Right.
And so it was kind of hard. I'm reaching out, putting out like, hey, Chicago artists, I need give me your music to be featured in it. You get an IMDb credit, and you'll be featured in a movie. You all haven't had music in a movie before.
Right.
And it's going on Amazon Prime, and then we was going to be doing like a movie premiere, we're touring it, or whatever. So some people did, some people didn't. Say they didn't come through. Yeah. So I said, okay, well now I'm just going to go internationally. I'm just going to go across the United States and get music. It can't be a Chicago thing because unfortunately everybody in Chicago don't see the opportunity. Yeah. So that movie now is on hold because one of my actors have a personal emergency that they have to take care of. Mm-hmm. So I'm making it into an animated series like the Boondocks.
That's dope.
And so I'm just having them do the voiceover for it right now, so they won't have to come out. And then we're eventually going to shoot it as a movie.
Who's animating?
I have a friend. I actually have a student that draws, so I'm going to have her draw my cartoons out, and then I'm actually going to do the illustration.
Do you know how dope this is? Like, who knows how to do this? It's the L Boogie Show. I didn't even know that popped up.
Oh my God! This is a SoSo show.
How did he even bro? Take your comment off of my screen. Let go. There we go. No, that's L Boogie, who we actually who
I'm perpetrating.
Yeah, is that Miss Diva?
Is that Diva watching?
Yes, it is Miss Diva.
Hi, Diva.
Shout out to Miss Diva.
Love you, Diva.
I'm sorry. I got caught up always. That's why I try to, when I'm into this, I try not to look at the comments too much. But thank you, Miss Diva, for checking us out, man. Shout out to Miss Diva, man, for running Ambitious Entertainment.
That's right, and she did not fire me.
Bringing some of the hottest talent in the city and Chicago Heights to what's up, Liz? How's it going? Liz, what's up? Okay, where are we at?
We were talking about
Joey and Jordy, the hip hop love story. Yeah.
Yeah, and
so what is your actor being? Oh, because you hadn't filmed it yet.
We started filming. We had to pause filming.
Okay, you couldn't finish. So you want to make it an animated.
So it's still gonna end up being a movie, a real movie. But right now, because we've been through so much trying to film this movie. Yeah. So I was like, I want to do something, have y'all doing something and I got to be out some kind of way. Yeah. So I'm like, let me just do it animated right now and have y'all voices in it. Y'all faces will be in the movie, but it'd be more toony. Okay. So it'll be a series like the Boondocks, and then we eventually shoot the movie. Right. Because and then I'm going to write a movie called The Filmmaker's Prayer.
What the heck? You went from 30 pages to now you ready to write 3 movies.
Because The Filmmaker's Prayer is basically a movie about everything I went through trying to film Joey and Jordy, the hip hop love story. Because people see movies made.
That is so talented.
And
are you serious?
Yeah.
You wrote a movie. Is what?
I'm gonna write a movie about writing a movie.
That's dope.
And filming a movie.
That's dope.
So, that's my next one I'm writing. Yeah. And so I have so much stuff I want to write.
So where do you know how to make money off of this yet?
Yeah.
Where the money comes
from? Oh yeah. So basically, like I said, if I put it on Amazon, people rent it or buy it. Okay. And then most of the time it's more premiering. Okay. So you can make money off the premiere tickets, premiering it, and have people buy tickets to come watch it at the theaters. Okay. So that's another way to make money. Basically the film festivals, but that's where it's going to be at also, and you can network through that, find distributors, and then hopefully find a distributor to put it in the theater.
What's so dope is as I was talking to you, you were talking about shooting the movie. So not only did you write it, you're directing it, and you also shooting it too.
My short idea, it was a one-man production for my short. Wow. I was lights, audio, videographer, director, Yeah, I was the whole production.
That is awesome.
It's hard.
What type of movie? We talked about it earlier, Liz. It is she wrote a horror film, a hip hop love story.
Yeah.
Then she's gonna write a movie about writing movies. About what she went through writing a movie. She's talented. She's very talented. But now, so you're an esthetician. All of this started, man. That's how life works. I love. It's crazy how life works. How you don't even have an idea, and now you just roll. You were just strictly an esthetician.
I was a esthetician teacher.
And you just tried to do a promo. Went to school to do just a promo.
I went to school just to learn.
You could learn that on YouTube.
You know.
Thank God you didn't go to YouTube.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know, right? Then I would say, like, you think you want something, and then God will put something else in front of you.
Yes.
And so that's my next book.
Yeah.
It's called The Gift Within, because I've always been creative and I've always been writing.
Yeah.
You know, I write poetry and stuff like that. And when I was in high school, I kind of wrote, like, I used to write plays and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I just got to chill. Yeah. Yeah.
So I just, but I never really took into my gift, like focused on that being a gift.
Yeah.
Because we always worry about what we're passionate about.
Yeah.
And so when we ask kids, like today, like I asked my daughter, like, what do you want to do? She's like, I don't know, I'm not passionate about nothing. And then I tell her, like, with me, just my experience, like, you don't have to be passionate about your gift. It's something that God put in you that you're automatically, it's something that you can be successful in because it's not a talent that you automatically have.
I'm sure you'll build a passion once you start.
Yeah, and that's what happened with me. Like, with me writing, it's like I love writing now. Like, I love bringing out my creative side. It's my mind, it's my idea, it's my thought. Can nobody control it? You know?
Yeah. That's dope. So, what else do we have? So we got the director part, author part. So did you, when you were doing all of this or even thinking about this, did you what happened to your aspirations to write? Like you said, you used to do all of that in high school. What happened to what made you go be an esthetician and just kind of just push your aspirations to write off to the side?
I never really had an aspiration to write. Really? I just did it, you know what I'm saying? Because I was able to, it was fun. You know what I'm saying?
Who writes for fun?
English is one of my favorite subjects.
Really?
Yeah, English and math. And so
that's weird. It is. Because usually they either you're good in the arts or humanities, or you're good in like math and science and stuff. I never heard nobody say, "Oh yeah, I love English and math." You're not. Either you're gonna be good at one or the other. People that write, they horrible at counting. People that know how to count, they can't talk to save their life.
Right, that is true. That is true. I think my algebra teacher made me love math. Okay. And then my sister too. When we were kids, like she was a grade before me, and so she would come home and she would teach me how to do like long divisions and stuff. So I started loving doing long divisions. Yeah, and so,
are you serious?
Yes, it's so. And then he made algebra fun. My high school teacher, Mr. O'Brien.
Algebra is fun.
Yeah.
Long division sucks.
Long divisions is fun. As long as I don't have to do decimals. I don't like decimals. Yeah.
Well, you have to. Well, no, I mean, okay. Well, sometimes in long division, it takes you into decimals. Yeah. That's why I hated long division, because I was a smart, slow kid, or I was a slow, smart kid, where I wouldn't realize the number two was repeating until I was like 5 numbers in. I was like, wait a minute. So my stuff is this long. Now I got 0.8888, and then I realized like, oh, this is like the 88 that I get.
It's remaining.
Right. We need to make this into a fraction. But I love algebra. I don't know why, but I did. I always love. I love algebra and I love geometry. Really?
See, what happened with geometry was my teacher couldn't teach.
Okay.
So she always used us as her guinea pigs, what she called it. And I didn't know how I felt about that, because she was a white lady calling us her guinea pig. So
what you mean by that?
She always wanted somebody to go up and teach her class, or like she'll give us a problem, then we had to teach the problem on the board.
Really?
Yeah, she couldn't teach at all. Nobody liked her. We loved her husband, but we did not like her.
Geometry. What school system?
I went to Bremen. In Midlothian.
Okay. I grew up here in Maryland. I went to a gifted school my last 2 years of high school, so I went away to school. I wish he would have taught you because like proofs. I like proofs. I like to. It should have taught some of y'all how to conversate because proofs like it rolls. You know,
What's
like it.
proofs?
Oh my God, you really did like
I dropped geometry. I only needed 2 miles, and I had 3 algebra, then I dropped after that. So the requirement to graduate was 2 miles. And when she couldn't teach me geometry, I was like this angle and 90-degree angle, 70-degree angle.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I know angles.
You have to prove proofs in geometry. You have to prove why this is like it is. So because geometry, you don't always have like an actual equation, not like algebra. So geometry, you got like
to create.
You have to prove why this is a 30-degree angle. Or why is you have to proofs. You gotta look it up. That's sad that you don't know this.
I'm gonna look it up. I don't need that tutorial because I'm like, unless I'm trying to be like a carpenter or something, like do I need geometry? Yeah. Actually, why do we need algebra?
Are you serious? Algebra?
We just need 1 + 1, 2 + 2, 3 + 3.
No, because
I have not used algebra since I've been out of school.
It's a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared.
Right, I have not used algebra since I've been out of school.
So I use a squared, b squared, c squared all the time.
Where?
At work.
Oh, so you need it.
Yeah.
I mean, need it.
But it's to make a straight line because sometimes you have. If I'm trying to make a straight line from, how do I say this? If I don't have.
You just feather your lip.
I did. Because I'm trying to figure it, because I can do
I mean, like, your lips is very...
So
I see people that, but I never
seen their lip move, so now she's telling everybody I got big lips. That's bogus, man. My lips are big. My mom used to call me Big Lip when I was a kid. I'm still scarred from that. I'm waiting for her to comment and say that she did, so I can say, yes, you did. But now I just call them voluptuous. But no, like, so, okay, I got you. So if I'm trying, if I'm trying to make a right angle, that's what it is. So if I'm trying to get these lines to intersect at a right angle, you have to use a squared plus b squared and c squared. So I have this line, I connect it, it'll give me a right angle.
What the A's, B's, and C's?
The a squared, oh, that's sad. A squared, A is one side of the triangle, the right triangle. B would be like the top. The longer side, and then C is the longest side. Yeah, it's the longest side. Yeah. So yeah, you use that. We use that. If I have any carpenters chime in, Smooch Wallace. What's Smooch got to say? Say what you gotta say.
What he say?
Because I told him, I said my mom was probably watching. I think that's what he said. Say what you gotta say. But yeah.
So I don't need that in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. It's fun. I like having, I used to help my nephews not with it, but now they got this new math. I don't help at all with math. And I was so happy. I remember when I used to have to help my daughter with her math, and she would come home with the geometry, and it was just, I was so frustrated because, like, I didn't. So then she told me, like, she understood geometry. I literally put a post on Facebook. It was like, God is so good. My daughter just came home today and told me that she understands geometry. I don't have to help her anymore. So it was like,
you gotta have a good teacher for her. I had a dope teacher for geometry. His name was Mr. Hope. Mr. Hope was a cool teacher. He was a football coach. Was he?
Marcel Hope?
No.
I'm Loving Marriage?
No, Brian Hope. Yeah. But what's his name, Brian? No, I didn't. No, it was Mr. Hope. Mr. Hope. He was a big dude too. We used to call him Mr. Hope. Yeah, yeah. He was huge. He was the nicest dude ever too. Though.
Really?
Yeah, really, really nice dude. He would only get loud when he would tell us like 20 times to shut up, and then he would just have to flex on us.
That's how I do with my students.
Yeah.
Well, I don't say 20 times.
Tell us about that. You teach?
Yeah, I teach aesthetics at Paul Mitchell.
Okay.
Well, I just started at Paul Mitchell some time ago, but I taught at several schools. My first school I taught at was G Skin and Beauty, and then I went over to Dudley. Shout out to Dudley, where I got my teacher's license from, Dudley Beauty College. And then I went to John Amico. I taught at Tricosi. And now I'm at Paul. Now I'm at Paul Mitchell.
Okay.
Yeah, so I love teaching because when I was in school, I went to Hale Unprofessionals.
You said you went to what?
It's called hair professionals. We call it hair unprofessionals. So I didn't learn anything. I had it was horrible teachers. We saw close to the end of me finishing. I don't care. They had to be money. Okay, because I didn't learn shit. But should I press on your podcast? Okay.
Smooth came on here. Enough said. Oh, you look. I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish your story, then I got one for you.
So close to the end of my graduation, I did have a really good teacher. Her name is Dorinda. I forget her last name. And she taught us like so much stuff, but I was close to graduating. So I always said like, I'm gonna get some years into the field. And I've been an esthetician for 13 years now. I've been teaching for 6.
That's dope.
So I said, I'm gonna get some years in the field, learn everything I can learn, pay for all these advanced classes to learn them. And I'm going to be that teacher that I should have had. So that's what made me want to teach, is because, you know, I know these students, like, they pay a lot of money, and these schools just want their money. They're not really, they got teachers that's not really teaching. Only thing is, in these schools, like, when you go in as an educator that wants to really teach the students, and you have educators that just want to have power, they hate on you.
Okay.
And so I had, like, schools like G-Skin and Tricosi, where I had teachers that was, like, rely on me to the directors and like on my class, and almost kind of like it was like emotionally abusive, almost. You know what I'm saying?
What's the upside of that?
I don't know. They got my students went at Tricosi, my last class at Tricosi. They were powerful. So when I would put my 2 weeks in, they went and they did a petition, and then they ended up getting a director fired and a teacher fired. So but I wouldn't know they got fired. I would have never left. Right. But I know they had this petition. We had this meeting, and it was just a whole big thing. Shouts out to my students at Tricosi, up North Harlem. But so I became a teacher, and so now I'm at Paul Mitchell, which is a really better school because the owner, she's in the industry, and it's good to have owners that's in the industry and directors that's in the industry. So everybody that's there is in the industry, and she really care about her staff.
So they actually at other schools they actually have teachers that haven't been in the industry.
No, the teachers do, but the owners don't. You can start a beauty school and not be in the beauty industry.
Right. Okay.
You just gotta hire people. Like teachers gotta be there, but your director don't have to have any beauty. It's best if they did, because they can understand the students in the industry. Because the director we had at Tricosi, the last one, she was from another kind of school, so she didn't understand, and she basically just went there because she was getting her hair done for free. And so, for real, talking to students about their financial aid and stuff in front of another student while she's getting her hair done.
Wow.
So, so they
and your aid can go through.
Right, and pretty much some of them how much they owe and everything, and so that's why she's not there anymore. Bogus. So the students told her real good.
Really.
So so that's how I became a teacher. So I love it. I do dealing with it's adult education, so age started at 18. Deal with a lot of different personalities. You got the upper class, rich daddies, wallet kids, and you have the kids that's working to pay. So you have like different. You got the spoiled ones and the ones that got the smart mouths.
And then you have age differences in there.
You have one of my oldest students was 62 years old.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, she was 62.
Wow. Shout out to her, man.
Miss Joe.
I can't tell you how old Miss Darlene is. She's a doctor in theology. She's written books. She's done a lot of things. Like, she's just a dope person. But I was talking to her a couple weeks ago, and she just has a teachable spirit. It brings joy to my heart to know that there are people that are older. You know what I mean? They still young at heart, but they older in age. Because some, like I was telling her, some people they don't care. They don't want to learn anymore.
Yeah.
Like they get to a point where they're like, you can't teach me nothing. I know about life. You can't tell me nothing about life.
They it was
what's the challenge in that when you get older students? Let's just say older students, because they haven't, this school might be new for them all over again.
Well, Miss Joe was a retired nurse. Okay. And so her daughter was a student there. So they both were in my class. The challenge is, I think, because like some people that's older than you, I think that they feel like you can teach them something, but then they don't feel like they have to give you that level of respect that the other students give you because they're older than you, and they expect you to give them that. They forget that I'm your manager now, kind of. This is my classroom. This is my ground rules. you have to listen to me. I'm always going to respect you because you're a person.
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
Just as a human being.
And you're my student, so I have to show a certain level of respect for my students. But at the same time, they feel like they don't have to give that type of respect because they're older.
Right, right.
And so, and so that's kind of like the battle that kind of I went through a little bit. But, you know, at the end of it, she appreciated me and, you know, and she sent me texts like how she said I taught her, you know, and all that stuff. So
that's dope. That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
What about the younger ones or the wealth gap? Like what's the difference in those teaching?
Mm-hmm.
Because usually this is a different dynamic because a lot of times, even if it's in college, either you were high school in a affluent neighborhood, you know, middle class neighborhood, or low income neighborhood. In college, depending on what college you teaching at, that kind of creates, like, if you're teaching at like a Big Ten university, some of these kids probably got money. You might get some that don't, but it's far and few between.
Yeah.
So what's that like to teach? Is there a difference?
It is in some of them. You can tell because the ones that, you know, get daily credit card every day, opposed to the ones that got to go out and work hard. But then you have the ones that, like one of my students, she was a dentist when I was working at G-Skin. Yeah. Okay. And so she wasn't snobby, like she was a really good student. She came to school, she loved me, you know. And then you have, I had one that's like 18. Yeah. And daddy's daughter or whoever, really privileged, feel like she don't have to listen and, you know, and try to get smart with me. So, you know, I have to check her. Yeah. Because, you know, first of all, don't get smart with me because, but you teacher or not, I'm older than you. Yeah. You know, and so, I'm
the teacher.
And I'm your teacher. Period. And so do what I say. Yeah. Pretty much or go home. Yeah. But it was time to go home, so you're not going home because you're going to do what I say first. Right. Or you're not going to be able to clock out. Petty, right. So, you know, she kind of got smart. I checked her. She did what she had to do. You kind of got to, like, a little bit put them in their place in a way where if they try to tell you you were right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Put them in that place. Yeah. So that's kind of how you deal with it.
Do you feel intimidated by, like, you had a dentist in your class, all that education? Do you feel intimidated by the education?
No, because she had education in dentistry, but not in beauty.
Yeah, but so
it's like I know something you don't know, you know something I don't know. I'm not trying to learn dentistry. Yeah, you're trying to learn beauty. Yes. So.
Yeah. That's I guess I look at it as you have different levels of intelligence too. Yeah. So would you say that, like, somebody that's gone to school to be a dentist for however many years you got to go, what is it, like 8 years for a dentist? It's a doctor.
No,
I think it's 7 years or something like that.
Dentist is really short. It's like 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, it's not 4 because your undergrad is 4.
Dentist is not an MD. They're not a medical doctor.
They can administer medicine.
Yeah, but they're not a medical doctor.
They're a DDS, doctor in dentistry.
Yeah.
So there's some type of doctor.
Yeah, so it's like 4 to 5 years. It's like maybe 6 years or something.
It's you got to get your undergrad, but then you got to go and do the schooling on top.
I don't know. Let me call Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly.
Either way, like, is there? Do you see a level of intelligence like the 18-year-old, you know, caught in there with an actual dentist? Like, do you see, like?
I mean, you're gonna see a level of intelligence because the dentist is older and an 18-year-old is a kid. Yeah. And so, you know, the 18-year-old wants attention and, you know, and wants to be spoiled and wants her way. Where the dentist, like, she came to learn. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wants to do have medical stuff, beauty stuff in her dentistry. Okay. So she's trying to expand her business. Yeah. So she's there for a real, like, I mean, both of them there for a real reason, but she already have a business and she's trying to add to her business. So she's already a professional. She's already a business owner. Right. But you have this kid that just came out of high school who didn't want to go to college, so decided they want to do beauty instead. Yeah. But only want to learn when she wants to learn because she's still young in her head, and it's probably something that she don't want to do, or maybe she thinks she want to do. Yeah. And so it's the work when she's trying to do the work, she's like, you know, don't want to do the work sometimes, or only want to do what she wants to do. Yeah. You know, so it is a difference in intelligence, like, with that. But as far as, like, with the dentist and another person her age, like, I had students her age, I think she was in her 30s. And so, it was no difference in intelligence. Like, she never, like, spewed her oh, I'm a dentist, or try to use like medical terms or things like that. Like she wasn't cocky with it. She was a student. Like she was there to learn, and she would take it a little further. Like she would go like to Mexico to like learn some other stuff that she became really not so do in Illinois.
Right.
But
Smooch.
and that's what I'm doing in the United States.
You didn't watch the show with Smooch. Smooch snuck to Mexico. He said there's a tunnel that leads to Mexico. He gave the whole story about how like he walked through the tunnel, how he knew about the tunnel because his boy was going over there to get his grills done. He's like, bro, grills are cheap. How he might have a child in Mexico.
What the heck?
Because he met some lady over there. But so I know exactly what you're talking about because Smooch has been to Mexico illegally without a passport. I said, did you even have your passport on you? He said, no, why? I said, bro, just in case.
Oh yeah.
But
you got caught trying to come back.
Right.
But so she was different. So but she was one of my favorite students.
That's dope. I mean, this you've been a teacher. Would you say that when did life begin for you?
When I came out my own.
You know. All right, y'all. That's the show. We're not even gonna play this again. No. When would you say women are dope? First of all.
Thank you.
Yeah, they in certain ways. Because in certain ways women are but women's ability to multitask is just dope to me. Like especially when they put their mind to it, because there are women out there that like they just want somebody to do everything for them. But then the ones that are determined, it seems like determined women are more determined than determined men. To me. I think so. To me, it seems that now don't get me wrong, I'm a man.
Are you?
And men are dope. we are.
Y'all are. Men are dope.
We are.
Because without men, we wouldn't be no women.
Yeah, we hold the key to life. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't know that. It'd be kind of my body, my choice type of thing.
Right.
So
right. So. My body, my choice. but no, women's determination. When you see a determined woman. I even hate to say this because I don't hate to say it. This is from my perspective. When I see determined women, like it's like, man, y'all ability to multitask is just insane, insane. And so like it's amazing that you have kids, you have children, and in the midst of all of this, going to school, working, you wrote a movie, you wrote a book.
All right, that's right.
So now, let's talk a little bit about that. Where are we going with the book?
So, the book is called Tales of Love and War, a book of short love stories. So, I decided I want to write like one long book about one subject or whatever. Because I know like people attention span nowadays is short. It's TikTok. That's why music started getting shorter.
Yeah.
So, if I wrote one long story, their attention span would, they'll probably read some, put the book down, and then probably don't go back to the book, or maybe go back to the book months later. So I'm like, let me just write a bunch of short stories, all with a plot, all don't have a twist.
Before you get too deep, let me plug you real quick. Hey man, y'all go to Amazon, and it looks interesting. Tales of Love and War. Y'all go check that out, man. Go and support her on Amazon. Where else?
Right now, it's just on Amazon.
Okay.
I will be next year having a whole celebrating it and the real release and book signing and stuff.
Okay. It's just dope that you have a book. That's.
And I have to really. It is so weird because, like I said, I don't celebrate me. So, like, I think because I just do stuff. Like when I wrote the book, it's like. It's kind of like I said, I be feeling like unhumbled if I like to feel.
Unhumbled is it's a new word that we use. I don't even know the word for unhumbled. What's confidence maybe? Or arrogance?
I don't feel,
it's somewhere between. Unhumbled is somewhere between.
I don't feel like
no, we're gonna keep using unhumbled.
Yeah, like unhumbled. It sounds like it's the right word. Yeah. So like when I wrote the book and I put it out there. And I was like, okay, I did this book, and I put it out there. And it's like I didn't feel like a joy. Like I didn't, it was like I'm like then I had to tell myself like, wow, girl, you actually wrote a book. I had to like really tell myself like you wrote a book.
Yes.
I think because it wasn't in a plan, I was just literally sitting on my couch and like I want to write a book.
You wrote it,
and then I wrote it.
You know how many books is sitting under people's mattresses or on their desks and under. It's not just the fact that you wrote a book; it's the process of going and getting it published.
Right, our self-published.
You self-published.
I published it.
I mean, I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. I'm sure I could look it up, but I mean, so you self-published.
I had a mentor. He actually told me how to self-publish.
But still, it's the process. It's the process that you actually have a book on Amazon. I'll tell you this: when doing this show, like this is, you have a podcast. It's not for the faint of heart. When you're trying to get it off the ground, you get discouraged. I did a live show. 2 people showed up. Where I was like,
oh, 2 people showed up for you. That's great. Maybe like it was my birthday, so probably like 6 people showed up.
Really? Well, hey, it was your birthday, and there was
I got
2 of my friends. But it's going through that process, and it's some things that I learned from that. But it was like I was just so discouraged, and what kept me going was I took a little break because of just life. But what kept me going is I would look at what I created. This was nothing. This was nothing.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, just the V&O, the whole thing, the V&O. Like I started with 5 people and we came up with the views and opinions. But like the V&O, what ordinary people with extraordinary stories. That wasn't. I made that. I had help. My boy made this. We went through the whole process. But it just it's seeing something that you created. You know what I mean? Come to light. So like when you look at this, you don't get excited.
It's so weird. Like it's so weird. I don't know.
Really?
It's weird.
How?
I don't know. I have to like really try to convince myself to be happy for me. I think because it's like kind of stem back from when I would do things and I was never celebrated or supported, with family and so-called friends or whatever.
Yeah.
So like I think it kind of like dropped my confidence in myself. Yeah. So I'm like really slowly like kind of picking up my confidence when it comes to me doing things, and this is why like it's weird.
I'm laughing because I don't even know why we expect support from family and friends. Look, Jesus was healing people. Like literally folks was dying and he was like, get back up.
Right.
And then he went back home and it's like, man, you ain't nobody. if he didn't get his props and he was bringing folks back from the dead, who we think we are?
I know, but like, so back in the day before I realized, like my pastor told me to, he was like, your family is going to be your least supportive.
Yeah.
But because my families be so tight, we're, and we're such a big, like, it's like 1 million of us.
You thought he was lying to you.
No, it's just that I thought like it would be, like, okay, maybe. I think he told me this like after I kind of found out and I went in and kind of been into him.
Yeah.
And so it was just like when I was like in beauty school and I was like still learning and like practicing them, people and doing, and it was like chatter talk behind my back, like, oh, you should do a bad job.
Yeah.
I'm learning, I'm practicing. So it kind of like broke my confidence down a little bit. So now when I do things, it's like, I wrote a whole freaking movie. I just shot a movie.
Yes.
But it's like
you think it's because you're so. Sometimes you can be so close to something that sometimes you can be so close to something that you don't. If you were not there for the making of it, and like say you were there for the beginning, and then you see the end product, a lot of times that's like, wow.
Right.
But if you're there through the making, all the mistakes you made, sometimes it is like that. This show is different because I get a new show every week.
Right.
I make mistakes every week. I'm in awe because it's something new every week. But I can imagine that you with the same product, and so it's kind of like it gets stale to you.
It's finally done, and it's like, Joe and Jordy has been like a whirlwind. Like it's been obstacle after obstacle after obstacle with that movie. And so like that's like my baby. Because that's the first thing I started with. And I know like when that gets done, I'm just waiting for the day where I can say it's a final wrap.
Yeah.
So when I shot the horror film and I was able to say it's a final wrap, I was like, oh, I finally like finished because I'm sitting like maybe I can't. I hope I can be able to finish this. I couldn't finish Joey and Jordy.
Yeah.
And so I was able to finish it. I'm like, wow, I actually completed a movie. But that was it. It was just like, wow, I actually completed a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was not.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't build that joy up in myself. Like even me getting on the mic to do I write poetry, and I'm coming out with a writing poetry audiobook. Writing poetry audiobook. So
You're nasty, pun.
I am. I'm so nasty. I'm freak nasty. So,
you know what? A lot of women and moms do be the ones writing this erotic stuff. Like, you have women getting choked out and put in handcuffs, and she be like, "Come on, kids." After you get done, after you just got done writing that nasty chapter in the book, now you about to take the kids to the grocery store.
Pretty much. Right. Yeah. So I even did like a video. I was actually gonna do what is it called? OnlyFans with my erotic poetry. So I did like one video. It's very classy though. It's like sexy, classy. Yeah. And put it on OnlyFans for my erotic video because people make millions of OnlyFans.
Now, do you get pastoral support? Or do you talk to your pastor? Pastor, I want you to check this out.
That's what Michael hold to make sure it's right. Let me check this out for you. Make sure you're doing it right. So who knows? But yeah, so I'm still up and down about the OnlyFans though. Yeah. You know, but and I was telling my students about it. It's like, go ahead. This girl makes lots of money off her OnlyFans, and I'm like, it's classy and with the nosy people. Like they see, I got an OnlyFans, they'll subscribe because they're trying to be nosy. So that's money for me. Yeah, $5 or charge So so I was thinking I may do that, but I am putting out an audio book for my erotic poetry. But when I first got on mics, I used to what?
Who gonna do it? You?
I'm doing it right. I write the poetry.
I know you write it, but I'm saying
audio.
You're gonna do the audio too.
I already did some of them.
That type of stuff always gets me because it's like you breathing all hard in the microphone.
I performed it at my open mic.
Really?
Yeah, and so that was the first time I got on because I used to always be scared to do my own poetry because of the anxiety of what people would think. Yeah. Maybe people won't like it. Yeah. So that's why I never got on a mic. And my friend Nico, God rest his soul, he started me into going with he was a promoter. Okay. And he used to host open mics, poetry, spoken word poetry.
What happened?
And comedy. What happened? COVID. Oh wow. Yeah, so he died in 2020. I'm sorry. And so he's always telling me, go up there and do your poetry. Go. And I'm like, no, I'm scared. You need to go up there. But I wasn't writing erotic then. I was writing regular poetry. Yeah. And so then I just started writing erotic. And so when I was hosting my open mic, just recently, I was like, let me try it. It's my set, let me try to do it. Yeah. And so I would have a whole speech before I'm nervous.
A disclaimer.
And then I'm like, everybody's quiet. I'm like, why are y'all so quiet? Start talking stuff, staring at me.
Right. Snap or something.
Right. Let's talk to each other. Talk to each other. Don't listen to me. Yeah. So I would have, so the first time I did it, Reese J had, he's an artist, he's an R&B artist. He came up and I was like, I did it with him standing at, I'm saying it to him. Okay. And I had the DJ put me an underbed underneath it to make me a little more comfortable. Yeah. And then the second time I did it, Jay Menace came and he sat at the in front of the stage to make it like I was doing it for him. Yeah. And so it kind of made me more comfortable. Yeah. But yeah, so I kind of acted out. So when I do it, sensual and kind of whatever. Yeah. And so I was like, wow, I really just did my poetry on the mic. That's dope because I never thought I could do that. Right. But at the same time, I still didn't have that feeling of joy. So I don't know how to celebrate me without feeling like I shouldn't be celebrating me.
What brings you joy?
I bring me joy. Yeah, but I just don't know how to feel joy for myself. That's weird.
It is. I mean, how do you bring you joy? What makes you feel joyous?
When I accomplish something.
Apparently not. This makes no sense. You wrote. I don't understand. You wrote a book. You didn't celebrate yourself, and I say, what brings you joy? My accomplishments. No, they don't. You celebrate joy. Like maybe I should ask. Okay, what question should I ask? How do you express your joy? You express your joy like this?
I express my joy by like promoting what I do. That's kind of weird. Like
Yes.
that's why next year is I'm having the whole celebrate me party.
Okay, there you go.
So I don't know who's gonna show up. Maybe it's just me. You know,
No, it's just gonna be you.
But I'm gonna have a celebrate me party because I need to start learning to celebrate me. You know, I talk to people all the time. I'm like a mentor, motivational speaker, talk to people all the time about celebrating themselves, and I have to learn to really celebrate me when the things that I do, and not make myself feel like what I'm doing is just like nothing. You know
I'm not gonna lie. I try to act like I don't know what you're talking about, but the more you talk, the more I realize that I don't celebrate myself either. Like yeah, there's times that I am happy for myself or I'm joyous, but I don't really celebrate. I've never thrown myself a party. Like a party in my honor? No, because I just don't want to set myself up for failure for me to be like, hey, y'all have a party for me, and then nobody show up.
Exactly, that's the whole thing. Because on my birthday, I was doing a live in person podcast, my unfiltered podcast. So he does that.
Yeah, shout out to the Smooth Shakes. This not about you, Otis. Did nobody come to see you?
Otis? It's SoSo stuff.
Right.
And so, even my co-host didn't show up. Like, how we doing a live in person podcast for our unfiltered podcast, and the two people that's on the podcast with me don't show up. And so I'm like, that's weird.
That's why I started doing this by myself.
That's why my unfiltered is changed to Speak It. Because Speak It was my very first podcast when I first started. Like, it was a podcast where I just interviewed people, and I would go on LinkedIn and try to find like Shane, the comedian.
Yeah.
Like I went out and reached out to him to interview him.
Shut up.
Yeah, and so
can you get Shane on?
I can.
You can for real?
He's in LA though, but I can. He probably can stream in. Yeah.
I did Nick Bay from LA.
I'll reach out to him. Yeah. And yeah, he did it free. He said, "I'm trying to. I know you're trying to help. You know, grow your show." He's so funny. Dope. He took over my whole podcast. I didn't care because
you talking about light skin Shane,
yes,
right? From Comic View.
Yes.
Oh, that's so dope.
And so he was just happy laughing. I forgot some of the questions I was supposed to ask. We just started talking about like, and he's just joking the whole podcast. He's like, "Oh, I you supposed to ask me some questions." I'm like, "Forget it."
Right. I don't remember now. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So he was like one of the first people, and then I was just doing more so like independent business owners and like getting their stuff out there for their businesses. So that's how Speak It started. And then when I already brought Unfiltered out as a podcast, so we was doing Unfiltered, and so I kind of like that Unfiltered kind of like take over and put Speak It in the background. Okay. And then when Unfiltered, when the guys couldn't do Unfiltered no more, I started I was gonna bring Speak It back out, but then Eric, he was my coach for like with SoSo, and Eric, he was like, "Hey, we want to do a podcast," so I reached out. I was like, "That's the one." Yeah. So we started doing that, and I also had a podcast called Monday Morning Talks with two females that I did. One of my friends, Shay and Jordan, and that kind of broke up. And so I realized in all of these podcasts I had, I was the one doing 100% of the work. They would just show up. Yeah. You know, they would come up with topics. Yeah. And then they would show up. Yeah. But it was me that would be behind the scenes doing all the putting us on Spotify, iHeart, all this stuff. And so I'm like, and then after when the whole thing with Eric, and he, you know, he couldn't, I think like he had to take a break or something. And so I was like, I'm just gonna go back to me, which it seems like how it always ended up trickling down to me doing everything myself. And so I was like, at least I know the job is gonna get done. I don't have to worry about me getting mad because I'm the only one doing it. Because now I'm the only one that just does it. So
it's better, I think, to do things. I hate to say it like that it's better. If you have a spouse, it's probably better to do things with your spouse. Because we is always better than me. Yeah. And but if you're trying to do something and just learn, that was my one learning lesson is trying to get 5 people on the same accord. Man, shout out to like people like LeBron James. How did you motivate these people? Like he got his group of friends Like, how did you keep this same group of friends and then move into business with this group of friends? Like, and they actually took it serious.
Yeah.
I guess it's money will make people take it
it's
serious.
definitely money.
Yeah.
But people don't understand that you got to start somewhere to grow the money.
Yeah, you got to.
And we grow the money together and make you feel even better.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, and everybody always tell me like, oh, you need a team, you need a team, you need a team. It's easier said than done because you think you have a team.
Yes.
But when you realize that is to rearrange the words, it's really me.
Yeah.
You know, it's
right.
And so it's
right.
like it's no team.
Right.
I'm my team, and I just got people on the side of me.
Yeah.
You know, and so I would love to have a team.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
You know, but
me and my cousin do a lot together.
You see?
Yeah, we do a lot. I can rely on him. He can rely on me. But yeah, shout out to Life Coach Jeff, man. Y'all check out Life Coach
Jeff. Y'all gonna
Jeff,
see
man.
me with Jeff tomorrow.
Yes. Jeff is having. We share guests a lot. We share guests.
Jesus Christ, really? Y'all just
passing
me around.
Right. Hey, bro, I'm done with it. No, but we do. We share guests and then we help each other out. Like he have an event, just like at the award show.
Mm-hmm.
You won an award. That was my first hosting gig, which that was horrible for me. But,
really, you think so? I think you did good.
I did okay. I don't do well. I don't do well in a hosting environment like that. Look, hosting for Black folks is different. Like it's like you gotta.
I love hosting.
Really?
Yeah, I love it. It's I hosted a couple of things, but I did host something at the Ambition, the Hip Hop Fest.
Okay.
They had I hosted it was a smaller event at this it was some conference, I forgot. And then I was on a panel at the Black Women's Expo, the Love and Relationship panel.
Okay.
I didn't host it, but I was on the panel. And then I hosted the Youth Summit in Dalton. It was with G. Herbo and Pink and
Are you serious?
Corporate and Skin Bone.
What?
Yeah, so that was
you hosted that?
Mm-hmm.
And these cats was there, so you met them and
I took a picture with G. Herbo asked me if I want to take a picture with him.
He asked you?
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's dope.
Yeah, he's like, you want to take a picture? And I was on tour, so it was so hot outside, right?
Yeah.
And then my allergies was kicking my butt.
Oh.
No matter how much makeup I packed on my face,
Yeah.
but my curls fell out. I was so beautiful going there. By the time I got there, my face was all runny.
Really?
So I looked so horrible. And I'm like, he's like, you want to take a picture? And I was like, stuck. And I'm like, shit. I don't even know you like that.
Right.
Right. Okay. So I'm sitting there, I sound like this. So the picture is so horrible. I literally had to put a filter on me because it was just like my face was like just swollen because my allergies was kicking my butt that day. And so yes, we didn't really, because they just kind of came. They had another event they had to go to, so they did their thing or whatever for a little bit, talked, and then they had left. But so when he was coming down, he had stopped. I think somebody was asking him if people take pictures of people, and so he came right to me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, you ever want to take a picture with me?
Right.
You know?
That's crazy. How did all like the hosting and all of that? You would have still just been an esthetician if it wasn't for Illinois Media School. Man, shout out to Illinois Media School.
Shout out to Illinois Media School.
I got to meet, and me and you talked about it, but I got to meet Tony Schofield the other day. Y'all, I got interviewed.
Oh, you know what? I was wrong. It wasn't Stony Schofield that I said I attacked. It was Stone Pony.
Oh, okay.
Like the person that I said I attacked.
Okay, no, Tony Schofield. Because it hit me like Tony Schofield. I grew up with Tony Schofield. You know what I mean? Like when I say grew up with him, I mean I'll be on my way to Bailey Middle School in Gary, and the radio will be on. Tony Schofield's on there. Yeah. All through Barack Obama's president, or not through his presidency, through his say that again. Yeah, through his campaign. I would listen to them on the radio, and it's just historic for me. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, man, shout out to Boss Lady 2 times, man. Y'all, International Radio. She's just a dope person. She had me on there, and she interviewed me. So I was coming from like I had to do a welding certification, so I was dirty. You know, I was coming. I just threw my V&O sweatshirt on to get interviewed in, and then I went to the wrong spot. I went to I'm always advertising myself, so I went to the wrong spot. Dude told me it was the wrong spot. I was like, hey man, subscribe to my podcast. I don't care. He was like, yeah, you. So he walked me down there. So I'm looking in the door. We was at Brownstone in it was like in the hundreds, 130. I can't tell you exactly where it was at, but I looked through the window and I was like, I know this cat. I know this dude from it. I know his face. Because he got a very distinct, Tony Schofield, he just looks distinct. And then I didn't realize he was that tall. And so I was like, is this Tony Schofield? I'm sitting there looking at myself, but then I looked at like we was all sitting tight and I'm sitting there and I was just in awe. I'm listening to this dude talk about interviewing Nas and interviewing Barack Obama and interviewing Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
And just all these years that he had been on the radio. And now he's teaching.
Illinois Media.
Yeah.
See, I didn't go to his campus. That's the Chicago campus. I went to the Lombard campus, which is now in Rosemont.
Oh, okay.
So so I didn't go
all the way up there?
Because I lived in Romeoville.
Oh,
so,
okay.
It was in Lombard.
That's straight up 355, right?
Yeah. So it was so it was in Lombard when I went there. They just moved to Rosemont, a bigger campus, or whatever. But I want to give a shout out really quick to somebody, Kamal Woods. He's the owner of Rock Island Everything. He had Rock Island Bistro, Rock Island Clothing, Rock Island Splash. He's the one that got me to be able to host at the Youth Fest. Okay. He opened up his bar to me to shoot my movie scenes in. Wow. To do he got me into the whole hosting of the open mic. Really? Like that's what really kicked me off fully to host because he had me host open mic. Yeah. And gave me my own thing to host my open mic. Yeah. And like he just always look out. I was able to shoot scenes in his clothing store. Yeah. Real humble guy, real nice guy, businessman, boss. Yeah. And so this definitely shouts out to you, Kamal. Love you, brother, and much respect.
Man, shout out to you, Kamal, man. Everybody needs somebody to give them that start. Yeah. Maybe Shane might give me thoughts.
Shouts out to Shane also because he was one of the very first people that I reached out to on LinkedIn, and I was just on people inbox on LinkedIn.
Are you serious?
And y'all saying, hey, I'm trying to start a podcast, get myself out there. Mm-hmm. Can I interview you? And I had some people saying and they don't show up, and then Shane actually came through and he showed up. Wow. And so we was virtual, of course, and it took off. And so shouts out to you, Shane, Shane.
The people that didn't show up, were they like big name people?
They was somewhat some of them was like just business owners with like popular businesses. One of them was a judge. He was asking me like questions. He was like this big judge, and he like really helped like juveniles like get back on their feet or whatever. Like the black youth or whatever. So I wanted to interview him. He was asking me questions and stuff, and I had to pay for like the premium on LinkedIn to get into there to be able to message those type of people. Yeah. So I paid for the premium so I can message them. And he was asking me questions, and I'm thinking like, okay, it's going good. And I'm answering his questions, and I'm like, actually interviewing you. You're like asking me questions. Yeah, right. So then it like went nowhere. Like he didn't ever say he was going to come on. I tried to reach out to him again. He just didn't reply back. And I'm like, why are you asking all these questions? And and you act like you were interested, and then it didn't go nowhere. So I just unfollowed them.
Just to give, I like to give perspective because a lot of times we just be mad about life, but you gotta think a judge, he probably just trying to watch his back. Like, what if this somebody's cousin that I didn't let off? Like, help a lot of people.
He was asking enough questions. He could have asked those questions. It's such a cousin. And he didn't live out here. Okay. And so, So I said that's another thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go back into where, sometimes they say you got to go back where you started from. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do again. I'm going to go back where I started from, go back on LinkedIn and reach out to more people.
That's giving me ideas.
Yeah, to get on your podcast and stuff. Yeah. And so Shane was one. He was receptive. He advertised his show, his comedy show. So I went and watched. He told me to watch his comedy show. Mm-hmm. So I watched his show before, he came on to my show so we could talk about it and stuff. Okay. And he's a dope dude.
That's dope. I noticed that a lot of people that just like when I met, like I said, Tony Schofield. Mm-hmm. I did Neat Bay on the show. I did Jason Silver, man. Shout out to y'all, Jason and Dana Silver, man. He was on a show called 50K 3 Ways. He was a contractor on HGTV.
Yeah, I know.
So, but these people, man, a lot of times I notice these people are very humble. Like they're just real cool. Just like they don't even look at it as like I'm not a star. I'm just a regular person. But and then it's always the people that's not.
That wants to be, yeah.
Those are the people that'll stand
That's
you up.
killing.
Those are the people that will stand you up, won't show up, and they cancel on you 15 times and they don't even care.
Yeah.
Just unapologetic.
They want to get paid.
Yeah, they want to get paid. Which I understand making your money and all of that, but like even if I gotta pay somebody, whatever, man. But at the same time, like, don't no call, no show me. Like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. You gotta understand too, like you had to start from somewhere and where you wanted to do something and you couldn't pay the person, especially somebody's trying to rise to the top or whatever, and they put a lot of more money into their production end of it. And so just to do them that favor, because also at the same time it's doing you a favor because you're meeting new people because who's ever watching their show never knew you.
Right.
So now you're gaining new followers from me.
Yeah.
And you're probably not even sharing my show on your page.
I can't.
No, not you.
Oh.
Bust you out. I didn't even
man, Jay Hood can't. I think Jay Hood pop in and then
he pops in about hey Eric. Eric, I just talked about Eric.
I just want you to say hi to me. That's all. I listen to your stuff. I stood outside the ESPN studios.
I said it's RIP to the legendary Nico. He's clean. SoSo. Oh yes, thank you. I said Nico is known. I'm surprised by you. You're not from him. But Nico, he's very known. And Nico was like my really close friend.
Yeah.
Nico and my friend Mario Kaleo. I met him at Illinois Media. Was like the two people who were so much into this entertainment. Mario was motivational speaker. He had motivational speeches on YouTube. He was into comics.
Yeah.
And he had a whole thing. It was called Mr. Oh my gosh. Oh Mario. Oh, where you come from? Mario people don't kill me. Mr. Round. No. Mr. God dang it, I forget his name. I'm so sorry, Mario. Please forgive me. But he have this thing where it's I bought his shirt. He had merch.
Yeah. And he's a motivational speaker.
Yes, and he's a motivational speaker. He's a rap artist. Comic. He does comic.
Okay.
Not go around. Guys, oh my gosh, I hate when I can't think. But then he have his shirt. It's called I have it. Never mind. I'll text it to you.
We'll tell y'all next week.
Tune in next week.
That's the cliffhanger, so you can find out who the heck she's talking about.
I'm gonna think about it when it's over with. It's gonna come to my head. If somebody's watching, y'all know Mario. Space, where are you at? Like, let me know what is Mario's Instagram and stuff. So y'all can listen to him. That's Mario. Mario passed last year, 2022. Wow. I think. Yeah.
How old do you think?
Mario was he was 39. Oh. Yeah, he passed last year, and then Nico passed the year before him.
Did he have health problems or?
Not really, but he ended up passing from, I don't know.
From COVID?
No, Mario didn't pass from COVID. Nico passed from COVID.
Okay.
Yeah, Mario had heart cancer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so he passed.
Heart cancer.
Yeah.
I never even heard of heart cancer. I didn't know it was a thing.
Me neither. It's very rare.
Man. Wow.
And so it was like two of like the people who really inspired me, who really was like pushing me or whatever. Yeah, they're gone. So some things I do is like I do it and I think about them like when they were trying to get me to do it, or they was talking me into like, trying to motivate me to do it. And so like that's like, especially with my poetry. So it's like when I was first read my poetry on my Monday morning talk. So we was reading doing poetry day. Cause my friend Michelle Lachey, shouts out to Michelle. She does poetry and she always try to push me too.
Yeah.
And I'd be nervous, like my throat be shaking I'd be shaking like crackhead.
Man, forget that.
And so now I think I'm pretty good now. I think I can go on the mic and I can do it because I did it at Talk It Out Tuesdays with they have it every Tuesday at 75 Lux in Hazel Crest.
Okay.
With I'm so horrible with people's names. Oh my gosh.
I think you forgot my
Eros.
name when I was. Oh, okay.
Eros.
So you forgot my name when I was on your show. I am co-host. You was like, I'm here with my the V&O, whatever his name is. Introduce yourself to him. But
I'm horrible with names, and please forgive me. Y'all know who I'm talking about. My students, my students are everybody's name. I can never get my students' name at all.
Really?
Yeah, I'll be like, babes.
Yeah. Yeah, how are you horrible with names of your teacher? Hey, you.
That's my disclaimer when I get into class. I be like, look, I'm gonna know y'all face, but I'm probably not gonna know your name.
Yeah.
Even when you graduate, I probably won't know your name until after you graduate. You text me personally.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll be having like 25 students, 30
Really?
students, 16 students. Yeah, so
that is a lot. Unlike Unfiltered, I usually try to run for about an hour, and we've been going for an hour. Huh? Oh, Speak It. I'm sorry. Yeah, not Unfiltered anymore.
It's been an hour.
Yeah, it's been an hour, almost hour 20-some minutes. But what I want to tell you is, I want to say, start celebrating yourself. My mom said and listened to me. That's sad. I vented to my mom, and before I came here. Just going home. This is the worst time in my life, like through my whole life. Like this right now. Right now, people see the smile on my face. They see, and I told my mom, I said, you never know. What I say, I'm not, and I'm always open on my show. Like it's open. Like I'm, and I think it's okay to be open. Yeah. I think my experience is the human experience.
On my show too. Y'all watched Speak It last week.
Please don't watch that.
He was so open.
Look, please don't say nothing about that.
Facebook and YouTube is called Speak It.
Speak It. Y'all watch next week. We got a good topic coming up on Monday. On Monday.
And he is so open on that. I really appreciate it.
Well, I want to, but this is no. So because the time is in my life is so horrible. I get thoughts like, just end it right now, and it is, and it's scary thoughts. But look, man, also life is so precious. Of course, like when you go through certain things, I think it's just human to get those kind of thoughts.
Yeah,
so y'all hear me out.
Yeah,
y'all hear me out, man. I'm not saying that I'm close to it, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes, man, life just, especially in certain moments where it's just like, hey man, it'd just be better if you just wasn't around no more. And I don't pay attention to that, but it's just the fact that you get the thoughts. But then I was telling her that I do this show because she was like, why do you do, she wasn't asking why I put all this hard work into it, but I just mentioned it, and I told her, like, it's because of one of the moments that we just had. And the moment that we just had was you telling me that somebody died from heart cancer. I never even heard of heart cancer. And it was every show, even the funny ones with Smooch and L Boogie. Like, I get these thoughts every show to live life to your fullest, man. Yeah. Celebrate yourself and live life to your fullest, because you never know. You never know. Miss Darlene sat here and told me that her dad tried to kill her multiple times. And I, like, her father, her birth father, this hit me to, like, bro, live your life. Treat people well, even when people don't treat you well. I'm going to continue to hold my character. There's people right now that think that I treated certain people bad and never even came to me. I mean, I've heard terrible things about myself. And I just refuse to hate. I can't hate folks. Even though I want to, I want to punch some people in the head.
You don't even
just
know.
Because these people will believe about great people. Like, and I'm not saying I'm a great person, but I'm just saying I know I wake up every day.
You're a great person.
Thank you. And so are you. Are you. I wake up every day with intent to treat human beings like they're supposed to be treated. I want to treat human beings like God would treat them. And some people, even folks that claim God, don't. They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. And some people, like, because of, people will think that you treated them bad because, like, say I have I'm terrible. Like you said, you're terrible with names. There's some people that take that to heart and be like, she a terrible person. She didn't even remember my name.
Yeah, they do.
That's human
really
fault.
Do take some of them, take it to heart. Like, my name is this or whatever. And I'm like, that's great.
Charge it to my head and not my heart. But it's some people that will, out of their heart, treat you like garbage. They're doing it intentionally.
It's like, sorry, you're not memorable.
Yeah. Or just, yeah.
Look, my memory, look, here's the thing. I drink coffee for memory. All right. So if I don't have coffee, exactly.
It'll give you energy. I don't think they ever say anything about memory.
It keeps me sane. It keeps me my day going.
Right.
And if I don't have coffee, I'm discombobulated.
Yeah.
So, if you're talking to me and I didn't have coffee, like, and you expect me to remember anything you said or your name, it's not gonna work. Like, I think
Can you pass me that piece of paper? Don't bother me. I didn't have my coffee.
Dude, like, it's crazy. Like, don't ask me to fill nothing out. Don't ask me to sign up. I can't think. It's like I can't function without. My name is SoSo, and I'm addicted to coffee. So, it just don't work. But people, you said me celebrate me, you celebrate you. Let's have a celebrate me party together.
Let's
do that. We should throw a celebrate.
People will come.
Yeah, let's celebrate us party. That's true. We can get a promoter.
Word.
And have a celebrate us party. We can advertise our podcast, our books, whatever, and just celebrate us. You know, and I think that's what we need to do because I want to feel like I want to feel happy for you.
Yeah.
And
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I got to a point where I forgot. I didn't know what made me excited.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't. I didn't know what made me excited anymore. Like this gets me excited.
Yeah.
But we have to find excitement. We have to find this. This gives me a reason to live. Like. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like my babies, my kids, they aren't babies anymore. But even I don't talk to them as much as I probably should, or just because of life. I understand life. I'm going through a time right now to the point where like I don't really have much to give you as far as myself goes.
Yeah.
I try to give them what I can of me. I know that I'll be better. I look at the future, but also with this show, I see people that have made it through those things in their lives, which helps me. But man, y'all keep living, man. Y'all keep thriving and celebrate yourself. That don't mean that you are unhumble, arrogant, if you will.
Right. And then and I gotta get that out because when people ask me, like even at work, when I had to introduce myself to the students and I was telling them just my beauty resume, and then my education specialist was like, wait, you're in film, you do social media, she write movies, and I'm like, oh yeah, because I was like, I don't want to say too much, I don't want to so I think it's like people can say what I do, and it's fine.
So
if I say what I do, I feel like I'm going off into a bragging mode because it's so much.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, now she keep talking.
It's people that I know that ain't done nothing in life, but they just be bragging on themselves. You be like, bro, shut up. Like, but a lot of those same people are the type of people that they put other people down in order to brag on themselves. That's true. If you got to step on somebody else to lift yourself up, okay.
My grandson's father.
Okay.
I thought I had my ring off. Sorry.
No, you all good. Hey y'all, thank y'all for joining SoSo. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I like this. I gotta get my studio.
Yeah, you will. Let them know your social media. Let's flip back to this real quick. Show them that. Y'all go to Amazon, man, and grab this book right here, Tales of Love and War by Sophia Manson.
Yeah, you said my whole government. Make sure you put a book of short love stories because when you put Tales of Love and War, they're gonna give you all these crazy things. Okay. But when you put Tales of Love and War, a book of short love stories, I come right up on there. So support it, and also if you buy the picture. Don't buy the picture, buy the book. Yeah. And read the book. Can y'all read the book? Because I need reviews on Amazon. People are buying the book, and some of them are reading them, and some of them just buying them to support. Thank you, but I want y'all to read it. So then I want reviews on Amazon, so it can go up. You give me reviews.
You give me $5 afterwards.
Hey, if y'all didn't buy the book, go write a review, okay? For real. And but take a picture with the book once it comes and send it to me. You can inbox it to my my Facebook page, which is SoSo SoSo space SoSo. Space in that one, not in this one.
Okay.
And then my Instagram is the real _TheRealSoSo _the real SoSo _ that's for Instagram. TikTok, and I don't know what my Snapchat is. I always forget that. It might be the same thing, but it might not be. Don't worry about Snapchat. Y'all.
Yeah, right.
And then also, if y'all can do me this one big free favor, you can subscribe to my Speak It YouTube page and my SoSo Production YouTube page.
Yes.
It's a free subscribe button. It's free to go on YouTube. It's free to go to my page. It's free to push that button and get some notifications. It's free, y'all. Free.
Yes.
All right. So,
speaking of, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you finish.
No.
Oh, because I was about to plug myself since you said that.
Okay,
you done plugging it? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so please, I'm trying to get my numbers up because I always forget about my YouTube. I'm always sending people to Facebook, my Facebook group, Speak It. Join that also. And that's growing.
Yeah.
You know, and so I got like 12 subscribers.
YouTube is a mug because it's not social media, so people literally just like it's a different type of it's hard to build. It's hard to build. You really gotta do the shorts. It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, and so I need it. I got like probably 13 subscribers. And then I told my family because I put on my SoSo production I put my mom, I made her a video. I had everybody telling her happy birthday or whatever, put the video together for her. And so they all went on there to look at it. Okay. And I'm like, so subscribe to my page. Yeah. I have this huge family that I went to go look at. I think like 2 people subscribe.
Really?
And I'm like, so y'all couldn't just push subscribe button when y'all watch the video? Like how hard was that? Right. I could have like about 50 subscribers.
Yeah, right.
But so y'all don't be that person. And so subscribe to my page. I'm always subscribing to everybody's page, following people, joining their pages. So do me one solid.
Like, subscribe, and share. And I always forget, man. Shout out to my homie D Price. He has his own YouTube channel. This is a dope YouTube channel. It's about trucking. But he came on the show last week and told everybody, hey, y'all like, subscribe, and share, because I always forget. But this week, I'm not forgetting. Where we at? Boom, right there. Look, man. Yes. Y'all check it out. V&O. And y'all take a screenshot. If you're watching on TV, just take your phone and scan that little deal in I believe it's your left-hand corner, and give me some money. Like drop some donate. You can donate to the show. And I think I said that these next donations I was going to be giving it to Miss Marley Caprice, because she wasn't doing so well in life, and she trying to make some moves in her business and whatnot. So I was going to give it to Miss Marley Caprice. Now next week I'm taking it. But
I was saying give it to Miss SoSo.
If y'all trying to make some moves in my business. Right. Me too. Shoot. No, but
y'all want to donate to me too? You can split the cost.
Y'all donate, man. Y'all make sure to like, subscribe, and share, please, man. Y'all go and check out the podcast on Monday with me and Miss SoSo talking about relationships or not. No, go and at least subscribe to it, man. Y'all check us out.
Check it out. You can watch last week's show. It was so good. He was just so open. And so y'all, if you can go on the YouTube, on Speak It YouTube page, or go on Facebook and join the Speak It group. I put a lot of different topics up there, and it's a lot of like back and forth on the topics. It's really fun. Yeah. And you can see last week's podcast also with Ron, and he's really talking he's very open with it.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
We're still here. No, I'm kidding. Bye.